Hey everybody, welcome to the Multiverse Show, episode 56, the bold and spicy E3 prediction show. And we are ready to roll. With us tonight, we have the regular cast, no guests this evening. However, Mike is not with us this evening. He's out having and celebrating with his wife. We best wishes on your wife's birthday, man. Congratulations. We got some bold and spicy predictions to talk about. But first, introductions. Let's introduce the original co-host, man with a plan, Fame Entertainment.
What's going on, people? Fame Entertainment from TICGN.com, the greatest website on planet Earth, might I say. And welcome to another episode of the Multiverse Show, the greatest show on a Monday, Tuesday, through the next possible Sunday. Thank you guys for rocking with us once again. And we got some hot and spicy stuff. So if it comes out hot, it's probably, well, if it goes in hot, it comes out hot. So this might be a dangerous episode for you guys. But yeah, let's get it going.
Yeah, get that milk ready. You're gonna have to cool your tongue down. All right, and we also have our other co-host for the evening, Undead.
Glad to be on the show, the greatest show on a Monday, and I guarantee you my thoughts on the PlayStation show will blow your mind.
Tough sell right there. You gotta sell me on that later. Anyway, and we also have the former Soundmaster General until we figure out a better title, James Wilson.
Yeah, are you ever going to figure out a better title?
We're going to work on it, man. After E3, my mind's been focused on these predictions. I can't think of anything cool right now.
I see. And if you want to come and tell me why my predictions are going to be neither spicy nor hot, you can come at me on Twitter at James_S Wilson.
All right. But real quick, as we wait for the guys to get in on the show, what have you guys been playing this weekend? Let's start with Undead.
Actually not a whole lot. I got Ratchet and Clank on my PS4. I'm installing that at the moment and played some Horizon Zero Dawn, getting further in that, enjoying that a lot more than I did initially. And yeah, playing some indie games on the Xbox. I think I beat Coffin Dodgers, which was like a Mario Kart ripoff. That was kind of fun. I started playing Manual Samuel, which was...
Dude, that game is so frustrating.
Man, I'm on the...
Jesus.
I've ever played in my entire life. So yeah, that's what I've been playing.
All right, what about you, Fame?
I've been playing Telltale Game of Thrones. I didn't think I would like it, but dude, the story is actually really good. The game looks like crap. It looks like complete crap, but the story is actually pretty freaking good. So I think I'm on chapter 5 on that right now. Speedrunners, of course. I got to play that at PAX back in January, and I couldn't wait for it to finally hit console, so I'm happy that they hit Xbox One. It's actually games will go free right now, so if you guys want to check that out. So I'm playing Speedrunners and, of course, good old faithful Borderlands 2. That's pretty much what I've been on mainly. I still go back and forth to Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds a little bit. And also played a little bit of Shank 2, but for most it's those first 3.
All right. I've been kind of going back and forth, playing quite a few different games. I have been playing The Culling over the weekend. I mean, they've had a lot of server problems, but hey, it's a game preview game, and they at least had an offline mode, which is good practice. So you're learning some of the maps, learning some of the basics. So I'm ready to pub stomp when I get into the online. I cannot wait to play that game with you guys. I've also been playing some speedrunners as well. It's a pretty damn fun game. It's really fun to stream.
That game is fun.
Oh my gosh, it is hilarious. We were playing and we were streaming it, and like we had, what was it? One of the matches we were doing, nobody failed for like 3 minutes. Nobody was out. We were just going constant. We were like neck and neck the entire time. It was just so tense because after a while the screen just starts getting smaller and smaller.
Oh, love it.
And because normally whenever somebody goes out, then it will start going smaller. But eventually we have played so long, it was like, no, everyone's getting out of here right now.
Dude, it's such a fun game. If you play with people that are good at it, then those matches can get pretty intense if people don't suck.
Yeah, it is way too much fun. So over the weekend I was pretty busy, so those are the only games I was really playing. I started dabbling a little bit more with Doom. went back to Prey for a bit. I'm really saturated right now. I'm in a good place. I'm ready for new stuff, but I still got a few things I got to finish. But yeah, it's kind of where I'm sitting. So, anyway, also talking about something we missed on the last episode because a lot of you guys missed it. We just a lot of scheduling stuff, and we had more movie focus last episode. I wanted to do the new versus segment. I want to do it now before we get into these predictions, and also I wait for some more people to show up.
Are you going to ask me what I've been playing?
Oh yeah, I guess so. What have you been playing?
I've been playing a lot. I've been playing a lot of Bloodborne. I've been really, really just hammering Bloodborne. I've been honing my skills. I feel like I need to be doing it, and I don't know why. But we'll get into why I think I need to later. But I got through the Shadow of Yharnam, Dark Beast Parl, and another section of the game on one life, and I was very, very proud of myself.
All right, that's pretty good.
Oh, and Overwatch, FIFA, the normal stuff like that.
Those don't count. We do that every day. But anyway, guys, moving right along. I want to do our versus segment. This is something we were trying to do as a more regular feature of the show. This is something that get a little more community engagement going on with you guys. Now we have a couple cool little features we want to get into, but it's kind of a would you rather kind of scenario. And this week it is my turn to come up with the question to ask the panel. So we're going to get started. My question for the evening is: would you rather? Scenario 1. You are given $100 million to create the game of your dreams. You can hire any publisher, any studio. You can even cross-match. If you want to have CD Projekt Red headed by Todd Howard, published by 2K, you could do it. It's all up to you. It's all you. You get to pick everything about this game. And you're going to spend 5 years working all those hours. During that work time, you were getting paid for that brief time while you're working, just enough to get by. And you get to spend 5 years of your life building the perfect game according to what you want. But you can never play it. Never.
No.
You don't get to play a finished build. You don't get to play a beta. But you get to watch everybody else play it. And no one gets to know you worked on it.
Do I get the money from it?
You get enough money to live by.
Hell no.
Or you have to beta test every Ubisoft game that comes out for 2 years. And you can never play the finished build of anything. Only the buggy betas.
Oh, option 2. Easy.
Yeah, option easy.
Beta test for them already. I'm cool with that. Why would I make a greatness game, the greatest game ever made, so y'all can play it, so Demi can get the 1,000 gamer score, and I can't get 5? No. No. No.
Okay, let me pose this theory to you, Fame. Neil Druckmann never got to play The Last of Us for the first time. Druckmann, the creative director of The Last of Us, never got to play The Last of Us properly.
Are you telling me this, or is that a question?
I'm telling you this as a moment of he gets low. He's really proud of that, and I think I would rather make the game than beta test.
But he has the opportunity to play it if he wants, correct?
Yeah, but it's not the same. Because he notices all the bad things. He knows exactly what's coming at every turn. He never has that moment where like a big plot reveal has happened and he gets to experience it for the first time.
So you're creating the game from every aspect of the game, Anchor, like literally every aspect, every level.
You are in charge of the whole thing. You can delegate it. You can do whatever you say. I like this. I don't like this. No debate. You get what you want.
So can I walk in the door and be like, I need a third person cover such and such, make it, and I'll be back.
Yep.
I can be okay. No.
You get to make whatever game you want. But to clarify a little bit, you get there is someone like Fame Entertainment will get credit for it, but no one knows that you're Fame Entertainment.
My loud mouth ass. You think you don't think? No. Yeah. Now option 2, brother. No, that's like that's like having a girlfriend. Hey, all of y'all can play with her, but you go home and you can't play with her. No.
By the way, turn off with the Ubisoft thing. You can only play Ubisoft games.
Wait a minute. Only ever play Ubisoft games?
Yeah, for 2 years, you can only play Ubisoft games in beta form.
Well, I hope you don't like online games.
Well, seeing how the game of the year, South Park Fractured Butthole, is a Ubisoft game, I can play South Park for 2 years to make sure that Undead doesn't get to play my game and get the 1,000 score to be golden in the leadership, the achievement list. So yeah, no option 2.
Yeah, I like Ubisoft games, but I still would like to make a video game. Purely because I want to make a video game.
Mine is out of spite of Undead. That's all it is.
I want to sit in a writer's room and create awesome characters, and then go to art departments and make cool art and then go to level designers, do stuff that people haven't done before. I would love to have that opportunity. And if I know that it's good, or I'm proud of it, that's enough. It genuinely is. So yeah, option 1 for me.
All right, option 1. We got one option 1, one option 2. What about you? Undead? Where you sitting on this?
I could not stand playing Ubisoft games for 2 years. I just couldn't do it. I would rather develop a game for 5 years and not get proper credit for it. And that's sad. That is sad. But yeah, no, I'm with James on option 1. It'd be so cool to like just do all the different aspects of game development and being really hands-on with it. And like, I know there's tons of people that created their games and stuff who have never actually fully played their games. So I don't think that would actually honestly bug me as long as I knew and it was perfect. I don't think it would bug me at all. Option 1, 100%.
All right. Yeah, I kind of lean towards option 1. Although option 2 isn't really that bad because Ubisoft has a pretty wide repertoire of games, and they release a ton of games every year. And pretty much a beta build is pretty much the entire build anyway. So
remember how much fun we had at the Division before it came out, Anchor?
Yeah, I remember.
Before the beta, before everybody got into it, it was like, oh, this is new. Nobody else is playing this. Bet. And we started trends of that game that people didn't know what to do. And me and you started it. It was crazy.
Yeah. But I think I'd probably pick option 1. Knowing that internally I was the one who made it. And be like, yes, it was me.
Not good enough. I need credit.
Yeah. Anyway. Time for some bold and spicy. All right, let's get into this thing. This is going to be fun. All right, for those of you watching at home, the way this is going to go down is that we are going to give at maximum 3 predictions each for every single show. We're starting with Bethesda, Microsoft, EA, Ubisoft, Sony. Doing it in order. Now,
that's not in order.
I thought EA was on Monday, right? Didn't they think Microsoft?
EA's first.
EA is Saturday, Bethesda and Microsoft on Sunday.
Oh, okay. I guess so. EA first, I guess. We'll go that.
EA, Microsoft, Bethesda, Ubisoft,
EA,
Sony.
No, EA, Microsoft, Bethesda.
Nintendo.
Yeah. But
are we doing Nintendo?
I don't think they're having a show.
Nintendo has a conference.
They're doing a thing this week though.
Nintendo have a conference on Tuesday, June 13th.
They're not. Nintendo's not having a conference.
Yes, they do.
It's not a conference. I thought there was like a sub. Anyway, no one cares about Nintendo.
I mean, that is just demonstrably not true, but there we go.
We'll get into that later. And Nintendo goes to the beat of their own drum. They kind of do whatever, and also their moves are pretty predictable, honestly. But we're talking about bold and spicy here. Things that are not obvious. We're going out there. We're working hard. We're going to have some really interesting stuff going on. So, watching at home, we're going to go through these conferences in order. And not just that, but you get to rank our predictions on the spice meter. Like if you think something's like really kind of lame, you say like Well, I can't think. I don't have anything that's not spicy at home. Cool Ranch Doritos. Like, this is nothing. This is a bland, run-of-the-mill kind of like prediction here. But you think this thing's really got it going on? You think it's gonna be good? You say sriracha. Like, it's got a spice, got a kick to it. It's a good prediction. We're working on that. That's what we're talking about. So as we go by in the chat, let us know what you think about these predictions. We're gonna get started. We're gonna start with EA, and we're gonna start with James. So James, what do you think EA is bringing to the table this year?
Now, I want to preface everything I say tonight with a fact that I go to a university and it's exam season right now. So I have like no prep, so I'm winging it the whole time. So let's just do this. We're just going to be out there and crazy. Let's say Amy Hennig comes on stage and goes, here's my Star Wars game, and Troy Baker is playing a woman in it. There we go. That's one.
Taco Bell mild.
Hey, it's putting LGBT characters in Star Wars. Everyone wants that.
That's not surprising though. It's kind of like, oh, I never saw that coming.
Yeah, but who can you honestly say you go into a thing with Star Wars and you go, oh, Troy Baker as a woman?
Like I said, mild Taco Bell hot sauce package.
Okay, what else do you do? Oh yeah, okay. So EA Sports FIFA is coming to the Switch. This is a thing that's happening. I'm counting this with Sorry? No. Wait, I'm getting there. And no, wait, that's gonna be really boring. I'm just gonna get. Oh, you know what?
Bland taste buds.
I don't like the spiciest thing I've ever had is like a weak Thai meal. I just don't do spice anyway. I'm gonna be useless today. I can feel it. It's one of those days. Someone else go and come back to me, please.
All right. Get your spice up, man. We're gonna let's do Nick right here. Where are you sitting on this with this EA? What you bring to the table?
Okay, so I had to think about this one long and hard because the EA is very predictable usually. But I think that you're going to see some early gameplay for a new Dragon Age. I think that's coming this time around with BioWare heading up part of the development. I feel like they're going to show a sequel of some sort to Dragon Age. I feel like that's coming because they just dropped Mass Effect, so I feel like Dragon Age will be coming in the next year or two. So I figure they'll debut some alpha footage or maybe a CGI trailer for it to give you an idea of what's coming.
Mm-hmm. All right. Where's the panel thing? What do you think? Give me that rating.
I cut out, so I don't know if you did that. Is you said fame?
No, I was saying, what's the panel think about this rating for this prediction here? How spicy is that?
I think it's weaker than what I said. I think it's really. I think it's pretty obvious.
I need a little bit of milk, not a lot of milk. But I'm telling you, the three non-big company as far as Sony and Microsoft, they're gonna not be very, very spicy. Let's just be honest, right? Because we know these companies not really going to really go out of the ordinary, but we will see.
My spiciest one I can give you for EA is that Star Wars game that they're hemming and hawing about is a sequel to the Knights of the Old Republic, but that's not exactly spicy. That is a game that needs to happen.
All right, so that's putting it out on the line a little bit more. That's what I'm talking about. Like you're stretching the foot out there into the realm of possibility. Saying, hey, we got another KOTOR coming. That's a little bit better.
I was going to say, yeah, well, Knights of the Republic, because there is that unannounced Star Wars game, and we already know Battlefront 2 is happening. So Knights of the Old Republic is the next obvious step, unless for my third prediction, it's not that, and it's actually the canceled LucasArts game. What was it called?
1313.
That's the one I was looking for.
You mean a Bounty Hunter sequel?
Yeah. Yeah. I could get down with that, but I don't see it happening. But I'm hopeful. I want something out of the ordinary. I don't want another generic shooter churned out by EA with a Star Wars skin on it. I want some hardcore RPG. So, like, if Knights of the Old Republic came out with a sequel, I'd be pretty happy. But that's all I got for EA because it's hard. They're not exactly a very surprising company. We make an original game, we make 6 sequels until no one buys the sequels, and then wash, rinse, repeat.
All right. Where you sitting on it, Fame? What you got?
Well, you kind of took one of mine. I had BioWare and EA coming together to make a console exclusive new KOTOR. It would be a console exclusive. It will be on PC and one of the 2 consoles. And then I also had there will finally be a new Fight Night. Since boxing is starting to reinvent itself again, it's starting to get mainstream again. It is time for a new Fight Night game, and that's really all I got for EA.
All right.
Yes.
I think the Fight Night's pretty decent. That's a pretty spicy prediction. I would not see that coming, but it sounds kind of believable. Like, all right.
But yeah, BioWare and EA will come together for a KOTOR, and it won't be fully multiplayer. It'll be PC and one of the 2 consoles.
Mm-hmm. Would that be kind of like
I'm leaning?
Was it their Destiny killer game they've been rumored to do?
Yeah, buddy.
That'd be pretty fun. That'd be pretty decent. And that'd be a good competition, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, we had heard rumors before that Microsoft and Sony were battling it out for the rights of a KOTOR remake or reboot, and I think somebody won that competition, and I kind of got an idea who it was.
Yeah, that could be interesting though, because if you think about it, with Destiny's still kind of like this. I would call them an unestablished IP. Like, the general world does not know what the hell Destiny is anyway. Like, not just the gaming community, but like people don't know the lore. But people like with Star Wars, oh my gosh, that's huge. And if you tell people, hey, we're doing Knights of the Old Republic 2, it's a MMO light kind of situation. You get to be smuggler, you can be a Jedi, whatever. You can go to, like, here are 5 planets you can go to and do missions and stuff. And we're gonna unlock a classic planet later down the line, like as DLC every time. That could work. And you would have the whole appeal of decades and decades of lore and hype and people being raised in Star Wars.
Yep.
That could work. I give that a pretty good one. I give that a pretty good, like, a Serrano chili pepper. That's about right.
Need some milk, fan.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some milk for that.
He needs some milk.
All right, so
Yeah, buddy.
now you guys get to rank my little things. I have 2 because you guys stole the ones I was gonna do. So,
wait, did you also think that Troy Baker would be a woman?
maybe. Anyway, first one, Dead Space. I think Dead Space is coming back, 2018. October 2018 specifically.
Oh, you put a date on it. Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
I put dates on my stuff. I mean, if I'm going to go out there, I'm going to go out there bold.
I mean, again, following on from what Undead said, the idea of them going back to a game that had 2 very successful out of 3 games sort of makes sense. And considering the horror trend being quite in at the moment, thanks to PT and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And considering that Red Dead Redemption will probably end up launching in the fall of 2018, all things considered, Dead Space is a good, solid bet against that. It's different. It's just different enough.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be safe. I think Dead Space is coming back.
I'm gonna give that fairly spicy because the people that worked on Dead Space initially are working on the Call of Duty World War II game.
Yeah.
Anyone up next?
All right, and my last one, Mass Effect Andromeda, will be coming to EA Access in November.
Wow, that's early.
Oh, it didn't sell that bad.
How long will it take to get all of the DLC out for it?
All DLC's free anyway, so.
Yeah, but okay.
You know, they said there's no season pass. Everything's free.
So,
yeah.
why are they selling an Ultimate Edition then?
Good question, right?
Because they're EA, that's why.
Yeah.
I think more likely that if EA is going to announce anything going to the vault soon, it'll be Titanfall 2 because that is getting hella cheap and it still isn't selling. So,
yeah, that'll happen. But specifically, I was going for bold here. Titanfall 2 going to the vault's pretty simple. I'm saying Mass Effect in November. Less than a year, it will be in the vault.
No. I think that's absolutely not going to happen.
Yeah, I'm with James on that. It was in the top 3 in MPD for almost 2.5-3 months. There's no way they'll let it go to the vault that fast.
And because of the nature of those games, people go and replay them to do different things. So you're going to have constant players for months and months and months. There's no way it's going onto EA Access that quickly.
Hey, actually, Lord Kaibatsu from Iron Lord's podcast is bringing up, saying the Ultimate Edition had skins, exclusive weapons, suits, and currency for multiplayer packs. No season pass.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So,
right on.
Anyway.
Actually, I had one more for EA, and it's just to throw one out there. EA is going to jump back into the fray, and they're going to start making Medal of Honor games again.
Really?
That I feel like there is a space where Medal of Honor can be a viable shooter again.
What setting? Give me something to work with here, man.
Okay, so last 2 Medal of Honors were set in Afghanistan, if I remember correctly, like 2000s time frame. They were set fairly modern times. If I was going to say a Medal of Honor game, if they want to really branch it out, I'm going to say a Medal of Honor Vietnam game to go out of where everyone else is at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone's doing World War I, World War II. Vietnam War is something that I only ever remember Battlefield way back in the day touching, and obviously Black Ops 1. But Honor could make a comeback with Vietnam-style shooter.
All right.
I see that more than your Mass Effect prediction. I still don't think that's going to happen, but there you go.
All right. It could happen. I don't know. I wouldn't call it spicy, but it's definitely up there. It's like Texas Pete level. Like, yeah, it's got a little kick to it. Just keep my taste buds awake. But all right, I'll let it slide. It's doable. Doesn't get me excited, but it's doable.
Well, if we're throwing out creative predictions, I'll throw one out there that because I just want this, so if it happens, I can be really smug. Beyond Good and Evil is back.
That's Ubisoft, man.
Oh yeah, it is.
Jeez, sorry.
Sorry, I'm really tired.
I'll give James a hug.
Yeah, everybody keep in mind here when we record these shows, it's like 1 a.m. for him.
Yeah.
He comes out here every Monday possible. He comes out here, does a show. He's our trooper. He stays up real late for us. But anyway. So,
well, I think you know what I'm going to be saying in the Ubisoft one later.
All right. So let's do Microsoft. They're up next. It would be Sunday morning. So Microsoft is on deck. They're ready to roll. Fame, what do they start with?
They start with a little montage, and then Phil Spencer walks out and announces that Project Scorpio will be $3.99, and will on stage say, "Kal-El, get ready to play Alien Isolation, sir."
Announcing
say that on
limited
stage.
edition Alien Isolation bundle.
Yes, specifically for Kal-El. No one else gets to play it but him. That will be announced on stage.
Ghost Pepper.
Oh, they will announce 2 games that will be console exclusive from Bethesda.
Ooh.
Unannounced new ones?
Well, we're going to talk about that when we get to Bethesda.
All right.
But they will announce 2 console exclusives from Bethesda. They will also announce it is before I get to my big one, they will announce exclusive missions for Splinter Cell, which will be announced by Ubisoft. Well, no, they won't announce that because they got to wait for Splinter Cell to be announced. I forgot Ubisoft is after. Damn it, that kind of throwing things off. Okay, so to really get spicy, Phil's gonna come out at the end of the day and say, you know what? F this. Xbox Live Silver is a real thing. Multiplayer is free. Go the fuck home. Go home and play.
Ooh.
Multiplayer will be free on Xbox Live. They will enhance the privilege of Xbox Live Gold by adding something like a groove, 2 free movie rentals every month. But the multiplayer wall will come down.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's spicy.
That is really. I have to go grab a drink.
Yeah, I got to drink some great Fanta right now. Shit.
You remember that great drink?
Is this real life or is it just fantasy?
The world, the video game world, social media would not be able to handle Microsoft putting multiplayer free.
They
wouldn't be able to handle it.
They
Everyone
would win
lose
E3. They
their
would win
mind.
E3 if that happened.
Exactly.
Yep.
I actually, you know what? As Fame's saying this and how focused Microsoft is on being a service now, I could honestly see this, actually. It's very believable. I think that eventually they're going to bundle something like you're going to be able to get like EA game, like EA's EA Access and the Games Pass and like a gold subscription as a bundle package. I think that's really doable.
You know,
I'm not sure Access, but Games Pass, yeah, I could see them doing that.
Someone had put on an old article what Xbox did with the 360, the Slim, when they did it for $99, and it was really like $300 at the time. Hey, why not? Hey, Project Scorpio, you know, $299 or whatever the case may be, but you have to sign up with Xbox Live for a year, whatever the case may be. Or for 2 years, you know, you're in a contract, it could subsidize, whatever the case may be. I can see that happening, but the multiplayer thing, here's the thing. If Microsoft was to do this, if you are a Microsoft hater, you hate Xbox, and all you rock is with a Sony, you win as well, because it would force Sony to do the same. They would not have a choice, because you could not be the only console maker, well, I guess Nintendo as well, but you couldn't be one of the big 2 and still have people pay for multiplayer. It would force them to drop it.
And actually, if you think about what the appeal of the PS3 from 360 guys, I was like, hey,
Free
I buy a
multiplayer.
PS3, I don't have to buy a subscription. It's a good side console. I can play my exclusives. I walk out, I'm done. And like I'm hearing a rumor. I have no idea if this is true. I don't think it personally is, but there's a rumor going around that Sony's actually going to bump up the price of PlayStation Plus again. And like
Good luck with that. Listen, Microsoft started this nonsense. Microsoft can end it. They started it. They can end it.
They could end it right there.
And see, and the more and more I think about it, the more and more I agree with it. They come out with Xbox Game Pass. They make a little bit more money off of that, and they cut the multiplayer to free. It's almost like Microsoft's looking at Sony and being like, yeah, you remember all that money you were making off of your multiplayer? Now we're going to force you to have to reevaluate that. I'd file that under Ghost Pepper levels of hot and definitely cutthroat.
You want to piss off your competition? Microsoft really wants to piss Sony off. And you know what? We'll take a little bit of a cut. We'll maybe try to incentivize people to keep Xbox Live Gold. Because honestly, here's my thing. If you made multiplayer free, I would still keep my Xbox Live Gold. And that's not because I'm a quote-unquote Xbox guy. As long as you enhance incentives. Granted, people say, oh, the free games aren't really free. Well, if you're paying $40 to $50 a year and you're getting 4 games every month, and those 4 games each month total at minimum $60, sometimes more, you're winning. You're paying. You're getting way more than what you're paying for when it comes to quote unquote free games. So that whole the games aren't free thing is asinine because yes, you are getting. If you actually was to pay for all of the games you get on Xbox Live Gold, it would be a hell of a lot more than the $50-$60 you paid for the year. So that's a stupid ass argument. Number one. So if they was to incentivize it, make it better by adding, they're all into the whole 4K movie thing, 4K movie, whatever case may be. Now they got UDH movies on Xbox Live. Give us a free rental, a free movie rental every month. Even one. Attach in the groove. People love to be playing music while they're playing the game, while they stream. That's a beautiful thing. I would keep my Xbox Live Gold. And I think a lot of people would as well. But making a multiplayer free would be huge. You're constantly seeing how you're trying to make Xbox and Windows 10 PC all together one family. It's time to effing do it. Make it a reality by making multiplayer free. And it will force Sony's hand. It'll probably will piss them off because it will probably be a year or two before they can even do that. They wouldn't immediately, oh snap, Microsoft did. They wouldn't immediately the next day say, okay, you know what, we're going to cut out multiplayer too because they haven't crunched the numbers to see what type of loss they would take in by doing it. But if Microsoft is already planning that and Microsoft does that, you talk about kicking.
What?
Oh.
I didn't think that would be as loud as I thought it was.
And fame's gone.
All right. Since we're here, or wait, I'm gonna go over some of mine. I only have 3. It's Fame already took my $3.99. He already took that. I was saying that back in February, but no one believed me. So whatever. Too late now. And so anyway, moving right along. I have one that's my low key little thing. Fusion Frenzy. I've been saying it to death, but I really think Fusion Frenzy is coming. Like Microsoft has done these little teasers on their Twitter account, and it's been like really obvious, but I'm surprised nobody's picked up on it. The biggest one by far was they tweeted out this picture of a lineup of like 8 different characters, and each of them was wearing a very clear, distinct color coding method. Like one guy was wearing all green, one guy was wearing all dark blue, one guy wearing all light blue, girl wearing pink, girl wearing red, someone's orange. Like it was clearly color coded, and they asked you which one of these characters would you play as. It's like, why would you ask that question? No developer goes on Twitter and says, which one do you think we should play as? Unless it was some sort of marketing deal or some sort of like little attempt to get some interest going out there. They clearly, Fusion Frenzy is coming, and I'm just waiting for that announcement. So that's my semi-spicy.
I remember. I was gonna say I remember that picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll give that. That'd be a little spicy if they brought that out.
Yeah. All right. Anyone else care?
Nah. You're good.
All right. So my big one. So this is my big spicy thing from Microsoft, other than $3.99 Scorpio. So over the weekend, there was a supposed leak about Microsoft's E3, largely unimportant. However, there was one thing that stuck out, which sounded believable to me. There is that Microsoft will come out in a deal with Capcom Vancouver with their own exclusive game, which may or may not be called Knights of the Aegis. I read that little leak, and that sounds like the most badass game that appeals to me specifically. The basic gist of it was it's the 1970s New York City. You are playing a modern Knight of the Aegis, which is like this mystic order where you are going and fighting against spirits and other demons and such. But it's going to be like kind of like the way I would kind of describe it is something kind of like Gears of War and Darksiders and the Order 1886. Somewhere kind of in there. It's a little bit of a shooter, a little bit of a hack and slash, like more of an action RPG kind of vibe. That would be so badass. And I totally see Microsoft throwing down money on it. And especially, that would be so cool. That is my hot and spicy prediction for Microsoft.
That does sound pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll give you 100% on that one. That sounds really, really cool because we've all been hearing the rumors that Microsoft contracted Capcom to do or Capcom Vancouver doing an exclusive title, and if that's it, I am 100% on board with that.
Yep, I want it to be a brand new IP. I don't want any of this old stuff.
Yeah, I give you a lot of credit too on the spicy level on that because the fact that Capcom would do a new game and series and make it an Xbox exclusive would be huge.
Mm-hmm. Is it just me, or when you hear the words, when it says like Capcom Vancouver, it's like when someone says, "I'm French Canadian."
Yeah.
All right, Nick. What's your Xbox prediction? Let's get to it.
What's left over from what you and Fame predicted? I'm going to go on the same lines of the Capcom rumor, but I think that Microsoft may have secured a Dino Crisis either remake or sequel from Capcom, and they're going to announce it, and it's going to be available, I'm going to say, spring 2018.
Yeah.
Another one this is going way out there that this would actually happen, but when Phil Spencer gets on stage, he's going to announce that Cuphead is now downloadable on your Xbox One.
Bell pepper. Like that's kind of obvious. Except maybe not downloadable exactly then, but that week, that month.
Yeah, I think it's going to be similar to what Bethesda did with Fallout Shelter when they announced Fallout 4 and was like, this is now downloadable. I feel like that would be the E3 stage will be a perfect place to launch Cuphead because there is hype towards that game, but if you want to increase everyone's knowledge about it, release it and talk about it on the stage for when it's released. My biggest problem with predicting Microsoft's E3 is because we know a lot of the games that are coming and when they're coming. Like obviously Crackdown 3 is going to be there. Well, hopefully it is. Sea of Thieves is delayed to 2018, and everyone's been playing the alpha for that, so there's not really any surprises left in that. I'm really going to go out on a limb and say that they're going to try to take a stab at something in the veins of Quantum Break, and I think that Remedy multiplat game is still going to be shown on the Microsoft stage, and you may see an alpha or a CGI trailer for that.
All right.
But other than that, Fame took the Xbox Live one, and you did a good one with the Knights. So, yeah, that's all I got.
All right, James, anything to add about the Xbox? What you got?
Well, more of a personal thing. So it's going to be running at 10 p.m. That's when it starts, local time for me. So I predict that I will probably throw up of how much alcohol I've had in that day at some point during the conference when Phil's wearing a gaming shirt with a suit jacket on.
Yeah.
But the shirt is of Beyond Good and Evil.
Mm.
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 And he goes on to announce Beyond Good and Evil coming exclusively to the Xbox Scorpio.
Yeah, I'll give that.
That's spicy.
That is hot.
Yeah, believable maybe,
Don't-
but spicy.
Don't pity me.
No,
I can't help your taste buds, man. I can't help you were born with it.
There you
All right,
go.
I don't know where Fame went. So trying to figure that out. He has not.
I feel really bad if he's been offended by me seeing Curb Your Enthusiasm. I genuinely feel bad if that's what happened.
All right, I'm gonna call him real quick, but before we go, we're gonna move on to the next set of topics. Actually, we're gonna skip Bethesda for a second and do Sony going into it. So James, you're gonna start with your Sony predictions real quick, and after that, Nick, you go into yours.
Right. Well, wait, are we skipping Bethesda?
For now.
We're gonna come back to Bethesda in a minute.
We're skipping to the lot. We skipped 3 conferences. We skipped PC, Ubisoft, and Bethesda.
No, well, we're gonna get back to them in a minute. We're gonna do Sony real quick while I call him.
Okay. Right. Sony starts at 1 a.m. British Standard Time. So you see how I am now. Imagine how I'm going to be then with the excitement. I've said this before. I believe that the Sony conference will open with a trailer of The Last of Us with a release window given. I also think we're likely to see something from Software, whether that be Bloodborne 2 or a new game. If it's a new game, I think Hidetaka Miyazaki himself will come out on stage and introduce something. But my absolute bold prediction, and if you want to hear more on this, you can check out the Trophy Life podcast, which I guested on last week. But I think Hideo Kojima will come out with Jeff Keighley and announce that Robert De Niro is in Death Stranding.
Ooh. Yeah, yeah. Ooh.
So those are mine. Last of Us opening the show. Something from Software, either Bloodborne 2 or a new game, and Robert De Niro in Death Stranding.
Do you think they're going to give a release window for Death Stranding yet, or do you think it's still too far off?
I think it's going to be a launch game for the PS5. That's what I think.
Yeah, I'm kind of on that boat. I can't see that coming anywhere before 2019.
You know, because Kojima came out and said what stage it's at, and he used an example of I'm not going to say this word for word because it's so weird. I can't remember it. It's like he said, we have Norman Reedus in New York, and he's going into an Italian restaurant. We don't know what he's going to order. We don't know the state of the restaurant, and we don't know what kind of people he's with or are around. That's literally what one of the most innovative game designers used to basically say, we have an idea for what the game is, but we have absolutely no idea what we're going to do.
Yeah, I think Robert De Niro. That's a pretty spicy one. Like that. Yeah. That's a big deal. I agree with that one.
And it is not. Awesome. It is not unfair. It is not just like completely made up. He's a massive De Niro fanboy and met him at the Tribeca Film Festival and said, "I'm never going to wash my hand again."
I want him to hold him. I want to hold him to that.
It's yet to be seen with. It's interesting James brings up Death Stranding because for me it remains to be seen whether or not Hideo Kojima is going to deliver a masterpiece or he's going to be the biggest money pit that Sony has ever invested in.
Either way, it's going to be fascinating.
Oh, it's going to be amazing to watch either way. I can't wait to play this game in 2021.
Yeah. All right. Well, Fame's back. So, Fame, time for your Sony predictions, man. Where are you sitting on this? What do you got hot and spicy hiding under there?
Oh, man. Here's the thing. Sony's difficult because in a lot of ways you kind of know what they're doing because it's time for a buttload of release dates. But I will say, I think Sony will finally announce backwards compatibility. I think they realized PS Now was a mistake, and they should have never did it. And I think they're gonna finally announce backwards compatibility. I think they realize they need to keep up. Yes, they're the leading market share, but I think they will finally announce backwards compatibility.
I'm not. That's a bold one, but I'm not sure they're going to do it, especially because they just had Jim Ryan come out here today
and say that they don't. That it's stupid. Yeah, but
yeah, he said who wants to play old games.
The numbers don't lie, though. The numbers kind of don't lie. Like, who wants to play old games? A lot of people. And I just think, because when was the last time you really heard anything about PS Now? Do you guys know anybody who uses PS Now? I don't know a single person who has.
I know one dude.
I did
One
once.
guy.
Is it PlayStation, brah?
Mine was Jabari. I know Jabari's a huge PS Now dude.
Oh yeah, Jabari does. But I don't know if he still subscribes to it. He hasn't talked about it in a while. I know it's not one of the things you really talk about a lot because PlayStation dropping a lot of games, but I don't know anyone who talks about it or uses that service whatsoever.
Imagine PlayStation Now VR games.
Ew.
No. Go slap Anchor for me.
I can see them bringing back a SOCOM as well. I think that'd be something new that can. But like I said, the hardest part is with Sony to predict because they're kind of their thing really is games. Just keep constantly bombarding you with games. And I think this year it's going to be a lot of, hey, we're going to show you more of what we showed you last year and give you release dates. And here goes some new stuff as well.
Yeah.
It's probably really hard, in my opinion, to be bold with Sony.
All right. I'll do mine real quick, then we'll get into Nick's. So here are my lame, boring predictions, my Cool Ranch predictions. God of War, March 2018 specifically. Spider-Man, May 2018. And Last of Us 2, 2019 release date. Holiday. Or actually, maybe July. Probably July.
Yeah, that seems like more of a summer game than a holiday game.
Because I was pretty sure Last of Us came out like in June or July of last time, and so they're going to put it in 2019 though.
I think you don't have the spiciest predictions, but I think you have the most accurate predictions. Sony really loves that spring launch time, and I see them really peppering it with all their exclusives because they did really well this year, not dropping everything in holiday, and it makes a lot of sense.
Let me ask you guys this.
Those are the boring ones.
Oh no, go ahead.
Yeah, that's one giant boring one I had to get out there. So I got two in particular. It has nothing to do with games. One, PlayStation Now will be free with PlayStation Plus, but on a very limited scale. Like, it'll work with, each month you get a 10-hour trial or something. You don't get unlimited access. Or like they're going to limit it off in some regards to like, hey, you can play any of these 10 games. And that will be their backwards compatibility.
Okay.
It's going to be limited because the whole thing with the backwards compatibility is a cell architecture where they can't natively just put in a PS3 disc and it's going to work. Like, it's just not going to. The only way you could do it buy it is by streaming it, and that they're going to use PlayStation Now. By God, they're not going to waste that Gaikai investment. And they basically use that as a teaser to get people interested and try it out.
No one wants it.
Yeah, that's the thing. So that's why
streaming games suck.
But again, keep in mind there is a rumor that PlayStation Plus's price is going to increase. So that could work if they bundle it in and make it required. But again,
if that rumor's true, Anchor, it just shows that people letting Sony get too comfortable. If that goes up and they get away with it, people letting them get too comfortable.
Especially because last year they increased it by $10 and gave nothing.
And everyone was okay with it because, Xbox is that high. That shouldn't be okay with you. And if it goes up again, they just let them get too comfortable.
Again, I don't think that rumor is true, but if it is true, that would fit with my little PlayStation Now thing. Also, last, hot and spicy from Sony. EA Access is coming to PlayStation. Sony will be Crow and allow EA Access to come.
Wouldn't that conflict with everything they've been saying with, with PS Now? Wouldn't that conflict?
I think they're going to give up on it to an extent. They're going to allow EA Access to come, They're even going to give you a 1 month free trial if you own PlayStation Plus. They're going to give you
It would instantly be better than PS Now for the simple fact that you can download the games.
Yeah, but you're also limited to just EA. So if you're not a big sports guy, you got like maybe a handful of games you're ever going to play.
Let me ask you this, Anchor. You know how Sony had okayed these third-party controllers. You think they'll finally do their own pro-style controller?
Yeah, I think they will. They might even launch it at E3 and say it's available next week or something like that.
Because these third-party controllers are freaking ugly. They're horrible, dude.
Yeah. So, anyway, Nick, where are you sitting on it? Give me your Sony predictions.
All right. I had to think long and hard about these ones. And the ones I came up with, the first one's a super obvious one. I think we're going to see a Spyro remaster set similar to the Crash Bandicoot set. Coming.
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool.
I think my prediction for PS Plus is similar to yours, but it's different in the regard that I think they're going to start. They're going to get rid of the PS Plus PS3 games and replace them with PS Now rentals, or you can play them for the month of specific ones. So, like you, I don't know, like for example, your PS4 games. So for like. So for your PS4, you get Life is Strange and Killing Floor 2 this month, but for your PS3, you just now rentals for I don't know 2 and something else. Like you get the vibe I'm going for.
Yeah.
So instead of PS3 games,
that might be better than mine.
So instead of PS3 games, you get PS Now rentals. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying because because you can't play the PS3 games on PS4, so it seems like a redundant service, right? So that's the one prediction for that, and my big bold prediction is that to jump back into that market with something after the Vita.
Wait, what? Say it again. You cut out a little bit.
Oh, sorry. They're going to re-enter the handheld market with a different form of the PS Vita.
Oh, I should have said that too. PlayStation Swap. Oh man,
PlayStation Swap?
Yeah, the PlayStation Swap. Sony's inevitable Switch knockoff.
Oh, like the Move controllers, which were the Wiimotes with the ball on the end?
Yep. It's going to be...
I think that's... I can't remember the Zach that said it, and he said something along the lines of the handheld market is a very profitable market right now, and they are interested in entering. And I was sitting there like, but you guys already have the Vita. or did we forget about it? I think they're going to attempt because the Switch is doing. To re-enter the handheld market, and my prediction is it's gonna go about as well as it did the last time. So that's my Sony E3 predictions. Like I think Sony's E3 this year, like Fame said, is gonna be a lot of dates for games we saw last year, with maybe a game or two of. My bold prediction is there's gonna be too much damn PSVR on the stage.
You think they're gonna finally put it on stage? I've been wondering because I thought they would do that last year and put it on stage, but I don't think they did at all, did they?
I know they teased games. They teased Farpoint. They teased the Batman. Resident Evil. Yeah, Resident Evil. They teased that as being VR available, but I think with how they sold 1 million units of PSVR, I feel like they're going to focus a little bit more on this show. And there's going to be what people don't realize is Sony locked down all these major marketing deals. So I think we're going to be spending a good majority of their conference looking at games from other companies that are just third-party deals.
They have to. They got to spend time on COD. They got to spend time on Red Dead Redemption. I mean, what's the point of having those marketing deals if you don't show them off on things? Pretty much, they have to. They're going to make their bed with this third-party stuff. They have to show it.
100%.
I feel like we.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Go. No. Apparently, the leak was true.
Which one?
Knights of the Aegis. They got concept art and stuff up here right now.
Is this the 4chan leak?
This is something else. This is some other guy. No, like it's actually detailed.
I need link it.
I'm gonna read you guys. Sorry, we're breaking the show a little bit, but but we're gonna go back in a minute. But here is the breakdown supposedly of the game. 1974, New York City. You are recruited into the Order of the Aegis, an ancient brotherhood of mystic knights, sworn to protect and keep the peace between the mortal and supernatural realms. When a powerful evil stirs in the darkness, you must master the ancient powers of the past in order to save humanity's future. It is an action shooter with elemental magic mastery. Unlock an arsenal of modern weaponry and elemental spells. Become a master of elements to defeat the most powerful creatures in the city. A detailed and intriguing campaign. Investigate crime scenes and piece together a case and bring the orchestrators to justice. Guns and magic combat system. Sounds pretty dope. And classical supernatural creatures like angels, goblins, demons, werewolves. Identify their weaknesses to take them down. Prepare yourself to fight gargantuan monsters. Your quest to vanquish evil from the world.
I need this link, fam.
I will hook you up. We will talk about this later. We need to get back to this show.
I'm going to say 3 more words about the Sony conference. Are you guys ready? No, 4 words. Crash Team Racing Remaster.
Yes. Oh, please, dear God, please.
Let us continue.
All right.
Hey, something that I had in my mind I forgot to talk about earlier on Microsoft really quick. We're going to finally get game gifting. I'm just saying.
All right. All right, so going to Bethesda as we skip time a little bit. Going back to Bethesda. So we're going to talk about these Bethesda leaks. Before Undead steals my leaks, I'm going first on this one, God damn it.
Hey, I already posted my predictions on Twitter. So
I know. That's what I say. Before I saw what you had to say, I wanted to get mine out first. Anyway, Quake coming to Xbox and PC only, not coming to PlayStation. Just happening. Sorry, guys. It's life.
This is fact.
It's just going to happen. Also, Tango Gameworks is working on something other than Evil Within 2. Tango Gameworks, their big claim to fame is they had the creator of Resident Evil on the team. That's kind of it. And they made Evil Within in 2014. That's kind of it. Like, I was kind of iffy on it. A lot of people liked it. Some people didn't. I'm not a big fan of that kind of game though, personally. So that game isn't coming back. It's a whole new game by Tango Gameworks making something new. That's what I think they're going to do. And lastly, Starfield. Xbox marketing rights, but it's going to exist. It's basically be Elder Scrolls in space. That's it.
Okay.
Those are my hot and spicy takes. You guys can have the rest.
Is there even anything left? Well, mine be quick. When I talked about earlier that Bethesda will have 2 console exclusive games, it'd be Fallout 4 VR and Doom VR, console exclusive for Xbox, Scorpio. And I got to play Doom VR. That thing is amazing.
Yep.
I just don't see PSVR being powerful enough to run it. So I really think this would be a Xbox Scorpio. I say that because it won't be on Xbox One. Xbox Scorpio console exclusive. Fallout 4 VR and Doom VR.
All right. So James, where are you sitting on this? Where's your Bethesda love?
I really have absolutely no idea about what they're going to do this time. I'm sorry for being boring, but I don't really see them announcing anything crazy apart from Elder Scrolls 6, which I don't think is ever going to happen, at least this year. It looks like Evil Within 2 and probably a Wolfenstein sequel might get announced, but apart from that, I'm really out of it.
See, here's the thing with Bethesda. It's real hard to predict what they're going to do sometimes. It really is.
They don't leak. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah. Like, we all just guess and pray to God we're right.
like when Fallout 4 was announced, there was a leak the day before that was going to be Fallout 4, and everyone was like, ha ha ha, internet trolls.
Yep. That's the thing. Like, it's just Bethesda knows how to beat their own drum, and they consistently win E3 every year. Their conferences are just tight. They don't have any real leaks. It's enjoyable. It's fun to watch, and their parties are the best. That's all you need.
Wait, Bethesda come out and say that they're working on a spin-off title to Beyond Good and Evil.
You and this Beyond Good and Evil shit.
They announced a game and then gave a trailer and then said, "No, we never made a trailer." Sorry, I'm never gonna get over this. This is like flammable and inflammable. It haunts my mind on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we had Fame, and we had Nick, and we just had James. So I think that wraps up our Bethesda little.
I
spiel.
actually never said anything.
Oh, you never said anything? I was pretty sure you did, though. All right, what you said,
No,
Nick? What you got?
All right, you want bold and spicy? And
Only.
There's absolutely no chance of this happening, but Fallout New Orleans next year or fall.
Who would make it, though? ZeniMax? Oh, this game's going to be trash.
Oh, I'm going to come and smack you in the head.
ZeniMax makes horrible games. Come on.
Wait. Were they the ones who made Fallout New Vegas?
No. Obsidian
What?
made Fallout New Vegas.
Okay, Obsidian.
Yeah.
That was ZeniMax.
ZeniMax makes
garbage. What the hell? I need to sleep more.
You're telling me?
But
It's
yeah,
2, guys. What are we doing? What are we doing with our lives? We're sitting there talking about about press conferences.
Yeah, we're just. Anyway, back.
Yeah, but I was gonna say I think realistically, you covered a lot of the bases for a lot of the ones, and James took the Wolfenstein sequel because we were teased about that months ago, and I think everyone's
at last E3. I've been waiting years.
E3, I didn't think they had a presentation on Wolfenstein.
No, when they started the game, when they started the show up, remember it crashed, supposedly, and the little startup screen had a list of all the games they were announcing and showing, and one of them was Wolfenstein New Colossus.
Right.
I was geeking out so hard.
But yeah, I think you guys covered a lot of the bases. Like, my bold prediction's a Fallout game, but that's more of a fan wish than an actual prediction.
I would kill for a Fallout game right now.
I would kill for a Fallout game set in New Orleans. That leak years ago where they're like, oh, they might do a Fallout game in New Orleans. I was like, yes.
I don't want to be New Orleans though.
New Orleans, San Francisco are the two bounce up locations, right?
I'm telling you, man, San Francisco is gonna be it.
Yeah,
like they hinted that hard in Fallout 4. But anyway, last conference we're gonna talk about Ubisoft. So Ubisoft's boring as hell. Let's be honest here. Ubisoft, they do not do very much that's original. I think everybody here is thinking the same exact thing when it comes to what Ubisoft's got to show that's hot and spicy.
All right. Let's all say it on the count of 3.
All right. And no, it's not. It's not Good and Evil. No, it's not Beyond Good and Evil. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Splinter
Nothing.
Creed.
What? Really? What did you say?
It's Splinter Cell. I mean, I said nothing, but it's definitely Splinter Cell.
Yeah. Clearly.
Oh, I said a serious answer. I said Assassin's Creed.
Oh, come on. We're talking hot and spicy, man. We knew Assassin's Creed is coming.
I know that's why we did that. That's why we did that, because it was obvious.
Dude, I'm gonna ship you some Texas Pete because you got to work on that. You got to work on your spice tolerance. It's
I
pathetic.
didn't say that was the only thing I would say. I've got something that's like in keeping with the spirit of this podcast. Do you want to hear it?
Sure.
Yeah, they cut Matt Stone and Trey Parker come out and go, "Hey, trolled you. South Park's never coming out."
This has been another episode of the Multiverse show. Y'all have to wait.
And then they come back and say, "But this whole time we've been working on Beyond Good and Evil 2. Here's the trailer."
No.
Jeez, this is Beyond Good and Evil crap. You're worse than me when Fallout was coming out.
I would just like to say at this point, I have never played Beyond Good and Evil. That's true.
I think for my bold E3 prediction is going to be every game that Fame predicted is going to get canceled.
Cancel with extreme prejudice.
Now see.
Matt Stone and Trey Parker walk out on stage, and they're going to be like, South Park's canceled because of Fame Entertainment. Everyone's going to be like, who?
Y'all going to be my 14th reason why. Don't do that to me. I want Anna Baker this bitch in a heartbeat. Don't play with me. Y'all will be my 14th reason why. Chill.
I've got to mute myself for a sec.
Oh boy, this is great.
What the hell is going on?
All right, so everybody said Splinter Cell. We already know about this. Splinter Cell's coming. I only have one hot and spicy thing left. It's not even that hot and spicy. This is like Taco Bell Verde. Like, this is nothing. Like this is a new Rayman game. That's it. It's been 4 years.
Yeah.
See, Ubisoft's boring, man.
I
know they are, because Ubisoft literally comes out 2 years before every E3 and is like, "Yep, we're doing these games, and we're gonna make sequels for these games every 2 years. Assassin's Creed every year." Conference, yay!
I think they're gonna surprise everyone and reveal that Far Cry 5 is in fact a game about when you try and make people tear up from really far away.
I predict there will be a Donald Trump Easter egg in Far Cry 5.
Oh my god.
I'm not touching that one with a 10-foot pole, but I agree.
There will be a Donald Trump Easter egg in Far Cry 5. Watch.
I'll do it.
Anyway,
Donald Trump's a dick. There we go. That was easy.
Anyone see the petition to change Far Cry 5's location to Canada?
Ooh. What would you even do? Oh, the Quebec separate.
There's bears there. They love bears.
In the after show, I'll explain to you guys the full thing, but it's way too offensive to actually talk about on the show. But
Dude,
they want to change the rules.
I want to do a game with Quebec separatists. You had to go to
and Quebec separatists are just okay. I'm not getting into it. Okay,
it'd be great.
I can't.
It'd be wonderful. It'd be the best.
Man,
wait,
we had to
apologize.
No, seriously, Quebec separatists in 1970s, they kidnapped a guy and blew up some mailboxes. That's the whole extent of what they did.
Beat someone to death with a hockey stick.
I'm pretty sure that happens, actually. I wouldn't put it past them to that to happen.
Hank, I gotta ask you before we leave, okay? Yeah. So we talked about Knights of Ages earlier, right? So let's get more information on it. Do you think there's anything to the original leak saying that Microsoft was fully funding this game?
Yes, I think so. Everybody, and I'm going to say this, don't spread this, but Capcom's a whore.
we know this.
They will sell themselves out for anything.
So for those of y'all know, I mean, the rumor is that this was part of the 3-game deal Microsoft had with Capcom, and this is number 3, and it's going to be fully funded by Microsoft. It's a Microsoft exclusive.
It is a exclusive. Yeah,
see, that's what I love about Capcom.
Capcom has no shame.
Capcom's like, we have this great idea for a game, but we have no money. Who wants to pay us to make it?
Here come Phil, Big Willie style. Like, you know what? I got a check.
I need someone making a GIF right now. I need it right now. I need Phil Spencer in a pimp suit walking down the street. That's all I need.
Walking down
Vancouver. Throwing out bills, but throwing out games instead. Like it's a game. That'd be great.
This is really interesting. I really wonder, you know, like with this, what you showed us here, along with the leak, the supposed leak we saw a couple of days ago on 4chan. It's just, I don't know, man. That could be huge. Microsoft needs these games. They need exclusive games, and here we go.
See, I think there's going to be a lot. I think with Microsoft's conference, it's going to be a lot of games because there's no way that Microsoft has been looking at their Twitter feed with what everyone tweets them on a day-to-day basis. And they're going to be like, you know what we should do? Games. That seems like a good market strategy.
Look at the marketing deal they stopped doing with Call of Duty, FIFA. I mean, just read like so FIFA just reached for PlayStation. Like Microsoft just kind of, I'm not saying that Sony didn't have anything, Sony's install base had nothing to do with it, but I think Microsoft kind of like, okay, I think we're finally going to see them finally put money into exclusive content, which is great. I'll take that in a heartbeat because I know a game like Destiny 2 is going to be on Project Scorpio. I know this, so I'm fine.
I think the kicker I get is Sony having the marketing deal for FIFA, but there's no exclusive content and it's still EA access available.
But I wonder if they would take that. Remember, wasn't Titanfall 2 marketed with PS4? And you couldn't
actually nobody had marketing for Titanfall 2.
But remember, you couldn't play Titanfall 2 early on EA access. I wonder if they're gonna do that for FIFA now that Sony has marketing rights. Say, hey, you're not playing this game 10 days early, but you can get the 5% off or 10% off, whatever it may be.
Actually, guys, I just want to say something. When you said that FIFA has there is no longer exclusive stuff to Xbox, it's multi-platform. Instead of having legend players, you have icons. So that's for both now for Ultimate Team.
And it's marketed by Sony now, right? They have all the marketing rights.
I don't think it's confirmed officially yet, but I think that's pretty much all but confirmed.
Wait, it was confirmed by a but?
No. It's all but confirmed.
Yeah.
So it's but confirmed.
All the writing's on the wall. But
how many butts? All butts?
Jeez.
On a scale of 1 to butts.
All of them. Infinity butts.
How confirmed is it?
Oh boy.
Big butts.
I hate you guys.
.com. .org.
Guys,
anyway,
I've got an exam tomorrow. Can we wrap this up?
We're wrapping this up right now. Anyway, guys, I want to thank everybody for showing up on the show. It has been so much fun. I really appreciate you guys showing up. Really, it really is a blast talking about this stuff. We're going to see so much E3 this year. It is going to be ridiculous. I cannot wait for you guys to really see what's going to happen. So, anyway, we'll do our outros for the evening. We'll start with James so he can go to bed.
Yes, at James_S Wilson. I'm a very important person.
All
right.
And yeah, you know, Wonder Woman's really good, and I really like it. Yeah, and that's genuinely all I got. So tired.
All right, man, go to sleep. All right, Nick.
Oh, thanks for having me on the show. It was fun to talk E3, and yeah, I'll be on the show next week, and I'm sure it'll be hot and spicy next week for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, and Fame.
Hey, thank you guys for rocking with us today. Make sure you guys check out TICGN.com for all of your gaming news. We will have a team there at E3. Unfortunately, I will not be able to go this year because of mitigating circumstances, but I will be doing a live E3 reaction show. I am the host of the Double XP podcast. So, and I believe Anchorman is supposed to be there.
I will be there. I can confirm it now.
For our live reaction. So like we did last year, of course, when things are going, we're going to be quiet. And we're going to give our instant reaction to the show. So make sure you guys check that out. That is the Double XP podcast. And yeah, man, thank you guys for rocking with us. And stay off of social media for the next week because things may be spoiled for you.
Yep. All right, and this has been the Multiverse Show, episode 56. Thank you guys for stepping in for the bold and spicy edition of E3 predictions. I really thank you guys for showing up. Remember, this is the greatest show on Mondays. And remember, the question is not who will win E3, but how Bethesda will win E3 again.
Preach.
Anyway, guys, we're out of here. See ya.